And the question is, if you take a learning AI and you expose it to all of the stuff of human experience to the extent that human beings can report it, and it gets better and better and better at delivering the right thing at the right moment in the right way, it's not obvious to me that it doesn't become conscious and that we won't recognize it because we'll say, well, we didn't program it to be conscious. And the answer is, well, okay, but you didn't program an octopus to be conscious, and it might be, right? You didn't program a chimp, and you can infer that it has your consciousness, even though it's a different kind of creature. So I guess what I'm looking for is a grounded explanation where somebody who understands both the biological reality, where consciousness develops in us as a mysterious endpoint of a process that does involve children playing with language, looking at other people, seeing how they react, feeling good when they react in a way that makes sense, right? That isn't so far from what this thing is doing. And the question is, can we get a discussion in which we actually figure out whether we're just comforting ourselves that it's not conscious today, that means it's not on the road there, right? Or maybe it is on the road there, and we better prepare ourselves for what it will be like to share a world with some other kind of consciousness that overlaps us in language space.
Is that inevitable?
I think well, let's put it this way. There's a school of thought that unfortunately afflicts many of my favorite thinkers. I think they're just dead wrong about it. But I'm sure you will have encountered it. It's called panpsychism. And it means that actually consciousness is more fundamental than biology, that consciousness is somehow in the particles of the universe. It's written into the software. I think this is nonsense. I think I understand why smart people end up there. I think it solves a certain problem, and the fact is solving that problem is the key to accessing a bunch of other problems. So it's sort of worth cheating on that puzzle in order to do other stuff that's productive. So I don't see any reason to believe it. If I'm wrong and it's true, then it is not inevitable that these AIs will tap into consciousness, because it's, they could. I'm not saying they couldn't, but I'm saying it's not inevitable. On the other hand, if panpsychism is wrong or substantially wrong, then I do think it is inevitable that this little game we're playing with AI lands on consciousness sooner rather than later.
What's terrifying to me is that we become obsolete. But isn't that inevitable? Like if you went back and look at single-celled organisms and you said, "Hey, listen, buddy, one day you're going to be flying a plane. One day you're going to be using an iPhone," they would go, "What? What are you saying? I'm going to be obsolete?" Isn't that true with all organisms?